The streets are buzzing with accusations that the Braxton sisters are hating on their late sister Traci's husband, Kevin Surratt. And honestly, it's starting to look that way. Everyone and their mama know that the Braxtons weren't exactly Kevin's biggest fans when Traci was alive, but it seems like things have only gotten worse since she passed. Now, fans are speculating that not only do the sisters not like Kevin, but they've allegedly cut him off from their family. Why, you ask? Well, apparently it's because he showed Traci's body after her passing, which they didn't like or want. There's more tension here than at a family reunion with exes, and things are not looking good. Let's break it down, shall we? Traci and Kevin were together for more than 30 years before she passed, and they were married for 25 of those years. That's longer than some of us have been alive, besties. You'd think that would count for something, right? Well, apparently not to the Braxton sisters. Now, to be fair to them, it's easy to see why they might feel a type of way about Kevin at first. If we're being real, his relationship with Traci wasn't always smooth sailing. I know every marriage has its ups and downs, but at some point it started to feel like Kevin and Traci had more downs than ups. But they stuck it out, and after their 2014 appearance on Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars, they talked it out and hashed out their issues. They had 8 solid years together before Traci unfortunately passed away in 2022 from esophageal cancer. And from the moment she passed, it was clear that there was something going on between Kevin and her siblings. For one, they had different announcements about her death. Kevin made his own announcement to TMZ saying, "We have come to a time where we must inform the public that after a year of privately undergoing a series of treatment for esophageal cancer, our beloved Traci Braxton has gone on to glory." A few hours after this, Tony made an announcement on behalf of the sisters saying, "It is with the utmost regret that we inform you of the passing of our sister Traci. Needless to say, she was a bright light, a wonderful daughter, an amazing sister, a loving wife, mother, and grandmother. We will miss her dearly." There was clearly a disconnect, but hey, they were grieving and things like that kind of happen. But what really had people believing that the sisters don't like him is that they didn't ask Kevin to be a part of their new reality TV show, The Braxtons, even though a major part of the show is about Traci's passing and how they're dealing with their grief. Now, given that Kevin was the person on Earth who was closest to Traci when she was alive, you'd think that he would be invited to be on the show, right? Nope, he was nowhere to be found on the show, and it wasn't an oversight. His son, Kevin Jr., was featured on the show to some extent, but unfortunately, things don't look good for him. He's still struggling with the loss of his mom, and it turns out that he's also going through a divorce. He also seems to be going through some legal issues, so things aren't going too well for him. The conversation got more intense when Tamar posted a video from Traci's last days showing off her back tattoo.
That's Tony right there.
She wish. That's Tony Braxton right there all day.
The one at the bottom. Wow, she got the music. That's beautiful.
That's Tony. That's Traci.
She got the
They
tell.
don't focus. You see what I'm talking about, Traci? They don't be focusing.
Who are they? Who are they?
I'm just saying, Traci, I'm trying to put the lotion on, and they looking at the
You told me to get the back, and what you want me not to react to the song that's on her? She got a whole song on her back.
She got all of y'all on her back.
It's this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
I wish my finger worked. I would massage your back, but my finger doesn't work.
Cause you won't get acupuncture. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
This video started the conversation about Kevin Sr. all over again because fans were wondering why the family seemed to have distanced themselves from him. Well, Kevin went live on Instagram where he hinted that things were not cool between him and his former sisters-in-law.
The other thing is, I really want people to understand this part. To death did us part. Please understand that. Please do. Because some narratives will not include that in that situation, and I thank God that he gave us that. And like with me and my son, I'm doing everything I can to make sure he's good. See, we have a whole nother village, you know what I mean, that was always there for us. Whole nother village. And that village came and embraced us and helped us on many levels. When we found out about Traci having cancer December the 15th, 2020 at Georgetown Hospital, we had went through some stuff. Prior to that, we was in California. As they brought up, we was out there taping. Traci talked about she couldn't swallow. I immediately called the doctor. You know, Thank God our doctor was always there for us. Thank you, Dr. C. And we set it up. By the time I got back first, she got back, and we was in there, and they took care of us. And, you know, worked it from there. I mean, I think I was in the rain at Fort Washington Hospital with Tony for about an hour while they did the procedure, because at that time, everybody couldn't come into the hospital. So I sat out in the car in pouring down rain, waited for that, and the doctor called me, and I was able to pull up to the front and go inside, and he explained everything to me, and then we went to Georgetown Hospital, and from there, Traci didn't want to call anybody, and I made the calls, because I told her that the family had to know, because she needed.
He also said this.
And it's all good, you know what I mean, because I feel like my wife got the healing that she needed to go through what she went through, and the sacrifice to go with that is everything. So I just wanted to share with you guys, and there's still more to give. I never lived in Baltimore, baby girl. I live in, we've always lived in the DMV, DC area. But I thank God we had like so many levels of like family. You know, I use my Masonic family, I use my MC family, I use just our regular social existence family. Like I see Miss Bland on here, I see Fawn, I see people on here that was always there on a regular, picking up the phone, saying, "What's up, y'all good?" On just a regular level. So right now, and I still have that. I still have it, and I'm thankful. I'm very thankful to still have that existence. That's what keeps me, because I got to be strong for my son, because he's going through so much.
Yeah, there is no love lost there, besties. Interestingly, fans have pointed out how he has been on bad terms with the Braxtons for a long time, and they haven't gotten over their bad blood. For some context, the sisters didn't just start treating him badly after Traci passed. They used to do so while she was alive too. The beef continued after Traci passed because her sisters allegedly felt like Kevin exploited her death for his own benefit. According to page 6, Traci did not want a funeral or wake. She did not want people looking all over her body. She specifically requested to be immediately cremated. There was a Zoom meeting that made it clear about what she wanted, and now her husband is trying to cash in on her name. Page 6 went on to say that Kevin had a viewing for Traci, but her famous sisters Tamar, Trina, Tawanda, Tony, and their mother Evelyn Braxton opted out of attending. Their father, Michael Conrad Braxton, did show up, but we're told he was initially turned away at the door for not being on the list. He was so upset that he wasn't on the list. Someone from the church recognized him and let him in, and he had to sit in on the 4th row, the insider said. Braxton's father wasn't even allowed to speak or say any words about his daughter. However, Kevin denied the claims and spoke to page 6 saying, "My father-in-law and brother-in-law came in briefly." He also insisted that he invited the sisters, but they didn't show up. According to sources, the sisters hated the fact that he showed her body because they felt like it wasn't what Traci would have wanted. However, Kevin insisted that he did exactly what Traci wanted, saying, "I was with my wife. More than anybody in this world, I know my wife. And when she got cancer, we really started to communicate about funeral plans. And I was still trying to find treatments for her. I went to every single one of her doctor appointments throughout our entire marriage. That's how we were, and now they're treating me like a deadbeat husband." He also claims Traci wanted a viewing and one memorial service in conjunction with her management, PR, and other members to come together and celebrate her. The sisters eventually held their private memorial the way Traci would have wanted, and Kevin confirmed that he wasn't invited to the private memorial. So it looks like the situation and circumstances surrounding Traci's memorial and funeral might explain why it seems like the family doesn't want anything to do with Kevin. I'm not saying for sure that that's the case, but from the reports from page 6, it seems like it was a really big issue. And given that the sisters didn't really like Kevin that much, it might explain the drama currently going on. Fans commented, "No matter how the Braxton sisters feel, this was her husband. He's her immediate family and makes the decisions, not them." Another said, "I do not watch the Braxtons, but I really love Traci and miss her, but her mama and sisters are not true at all. He stood by Traci even when her family was treating her bad and loved her, and we all saw it, and I really hated how they treated this man. We all fall short, who are we to judge?" Now, switching gears a bit, let's talk about another story that's got everyone talking. It looks like Twitch's widow, Allison Holker, has found love again after Twitch tragically passed away in 2022. TMZ reported that Twitch suddenly left his LA home without taking his car and ended up at a motel just about a mile away from the house he shared with his wife and kids. The motel staff said he didn't seem upset or distressed and only booked the room for one night. No one noticed anything suspicious, and everything seemed normal until the next day when he missed checkout time. A hotel staff member went to his room to remind him and found him in the bathroom with gunshot wounds. The next day, Allison went to an LAPD station to report him missing. According to TMZ, she was extremely worried and told the cops how unusual it was for him to leave without saying where he was going. He didn't take his car, wasn't answering her calls, and hadn't communicated with her at all, which raised major concerns for her. Allison was so alarmed by his behavior that the officers even considered listing him as a critical missing person case. Unfortunately, not long after Allison went to the police, a 911 call came in for paramedics from the hotel. When they arrived, they found Twitch, but it was too late. He had already passed away before anyone discovered him. Despite their efforts, there was nothing they could do. To say that Allison was crushed would be putting it mildly. She and Twitch loved each other madly and they had 3 young kids together, but it looks like she is slowly piecing her life back together again and she just soft-launched a new relationship. Speaking to People magazine in June, she revealed that she was open to love, saying, "I think I'm a person that I always say the quote, romanticize your life, and I think though I've gone through so much, I'm still a believer in living a big life. There's not been one moment that I haven't thought to myself, I still want to live a big life. I still want to have love. Would still want to travel the world. I still want to see and experience new things with new people." And it looks like she just found the love she wants because she just soft-launched her new relationship, posting a picture of shadows of her and her new boo with a simple heart emoji. People had different reactions to this. Some said, "I'm rooting for you, lady," while others commented, "Well, that was quick, less than a year and a half." Another supportive fan wrote, "Well, okay, I guess we're all different, and after all the heartbreak you've endured, it makes me happy to see this. I pray God protects your heart from experiencing any more pain. Grief is hard, but love is powerful." So besties, what do you think about all this drama? Are the Braxton sisters being too hard on Kevin, or do they have a point? And what about Allison moving on? Is it too soon, or is it a beautiful example of healing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications because you know hot gossip is always here with the hottest tea. Until next time, keep it spicy and stay fabulous. Goodbye.